boy DML. We play What If I Say. We play Tiwa Savage. 49.99. Sounds like a price or something. Tenny Billionaire. Adekunle Gold's High featuring Davido. We play Pheelz himself. Finesse featuring Benson Obuju, and Pheelz himself again featuring Davido. Electricity. He's gonna be our guest this morning on the show. He's gonna come through, and we're talking a whole lot about production, his career. You know, getting schooled a bit about sometimes how they do it. You know that famous TV program that goes like How It Works. Yeah, so we want to just let Pheelz this morning school us on how it works in this world as a producer, as a recording artist as well, you know, and mixing all the bag and still being able to keep top quality productions and music out there, as well as his branding and his imaging and everything. He's our guest this morning. But before we jump into that, the weekend was very heated. Good morning going out to my bro, Charles Niyama Mensa, Shatta. How you doing, bro? It was a bit of a rough weekend between him and Kojo Shelton. Quite a number of issues popping up and the trends going on there. We're having just a short conversation around it, but anyway, just giving you updates post what Olele had given you with Trending Live. You did make some, you know, yeah. But shouts to my brother Charles, though. Also, let me say good morning going out to you, Godwin and Father Steve. Good morning, Daddy. You're doing the watching right about now. Thank you so much for locking on to 3 Music TV. We are most honored and grateful to have you view the show. All right, so let's. Where do we kickstart our conversation from whilst we wait for Pheelz to join us? I don't know if you know, getting to know an artist like Pheelz from far. You know, he hits me hard like an eel. You know, an eel, especially with his production background. You know, and artists like Pheelz or like eel, like they understand music. If you ask me. They understand music. I always feel like, not to switch over the Convo from Pheelz, but an artist like Eo, and see what you can help me with this. I feel like they've never been allowed to work in their comfort zone, and they've been forced to produce in areas that there's demand. But if you let them get beasts, if you allow them to get beasts, the little that we have seen, even from, you know, an artist like Eo, would go like super, but unfortunately, they've been in spaces where, right. They've been confined into, you know, and I don't know if I'm getting that feed off, because I look at the classic hits that Pheelz has produced. So I'm saying that, okay, this is an artist that is probably been working in the Afrobeat space. What about him? Yeah, these are things I want to ask him. What about him? Like,
what does he really want to do?
What does he really
Nobody was
do?
watching or listening, per se.
Yes, when he sits in the studio alone, shut everybody out, you know, and he's focusing on just himself and whatever inspires him, he's bringing out his music, you know, like what is he going to do? Because he's produced quite a number of different rhythms of Afrobeats, and each one is a classic hit on its own. So you can tell that he's just a multi-talented guy, you know, but I really would not want to just...
I'm sure at this point he just wants to make money. Take care of mama, take care of dad.
Who, Eo?
No, Pheelz.
But for Eo, I mean, he's been low.
Because I was going to say Eo has made money. I'm not sure.
He's made some.
He's made some good money.
You know how it always is like they start commercial, get their names into certain rooms, you know, certain charts, and they think they've done enough. They've
it's
done
not like the thing. Maybe they're just growing. It's a face.
I think it's tiring for them too at a point.
Yeah, I mean, doing the
and
same
the fans
thing
have
over
changed.
and over
The consumption
again,
of you know things have. I think is, and I always say that you have to watch your space. If, for instance, Olele, you're the big guy now. People are talking about you now. I always say, give yourself some few years. Some newbie will come. They'll say that's the biggest thing. Yeah. And like you were saying, or just on Trending Live, if you don't have, you know, and the next phase, a plan for the next phase, you just be caught off guard, you know, because there's a new guy, he's called Cyril, and he's the one everybody is listening to and wants to have more of it. You go produce all your best, but people will go feel say, oh, Charlie, you're not the ish now. Yeah. And so that's how come you get, if you don't take care, you get depressed and all of that. So it's always good when, like Olele said, you get your name in certain rooms. And then you begin to, if now you want to go and say, I'm not doing music anymore. I want to be an investor, or I have an investment plan, buy into that. So long as you're making money and you are appreciating your growth, I think that for me, is the best.
So it's like
Artists
reputation
put-
building.
Producers who turn artists or who release songs, music. Like I fear them because they are. I know how it feels like to be a record producer, to be a producer, to sit back and be able to make beats. Like trust me, sometimes you play a beat, you have your own crazy rhythm in your mind, but of course you hand it over to the artist to do justice to it. But what you produce is sometimes the beats to fit what is in your thinking. So when they drop songs, when a record producer drops a song, it is crazy. Someone like Kewa, I've always been saying that I can't wait to hear him do his own song. Trust me, they can all sing or rap, all of them.
You're sure?
Example,
Do they
Timbaland.
have the voice?
Example, Timbaland. Like he involves himself in his music, in your music. Like he puts either he puts in a verse or you can appear to
Even
the one time Apetus tried to do the
one that is getting him in trouble now.
the one that's getting in trouble.
Kanye West also started off as a producer.
Who?
Kanye.
Kanye West.
Kanye was a producer, and then he got on the mic, and then
I said they are
what he went
beasts.
what?
Like
and now
Aquabwa
Kanye-
Jr.
And like Olele said, producer to artist, and then he got in some rooms, fashion designer, icon. Now he's just Kanye. We don't even know
What he is.
We don't. He said he wants to be
you forgot the
president
political
someday.
part of it.
Exactly.
He was the president. He gets
Record
opportunity to go
producers
and
going
see-
like they are. I always keep saying that if you allow a record producer to release his own music, what he's going to put out there, because when you're creating, there's always a certain rhythm in your mind, and you understand the if you're very current, you do understand your this thing best, like your what do you call it?
The sound?
Yeah, you understand your sound best, so
They understand the role they play, and I think there's some power that comes with that understanding of the role, right? Like that okay, if it wasn't for my beats, my production, my technical know-how, J. Foley's song wouldn't really be. They don't say that out in the open, but they know that in the back of their mind. So that empowerment extends that. What else can I do? Then maybe I should sign somebody and produce for them. Then you have a producer that's also an A&R, right? Then you have a producer who goes into a management role. And then, let me feature on it. So that's the kind of thing you were saying about Timbaland. Because Timbaland features on songs, but not really. He doesn't do like a 16-bar verse or anything. But he has writing credit and performance credit on a lot of songs, just like Dr. Dre. Every now and then you hear Dr. Dre do some short verse or whatever. But without Dr. Dre, there'll be no Eminem.
yeah, exactly.
If Dr. Dre just wanted to produce beats and put them on a drive and give to people.
Talking about that, I was listening to over the weekend. I was soaking Dre 50 Go Shouty Bishop and Charlie. For that time, the beats be crazy.
It'd be bad. Like Dr.
man.
Dre, there's not a Dr. Dre beat that doesn't bang still.
Oh man,
247.
Anyway, so guess what? The man Pheelz is in the building, and let's go to. I don't know. Should we play the video? Okay, so let me take you back. A couple of. Okay, let me take you back. He's in the building
already
already, so I must do that.
Man, you are
Take it
tall.
on, man.
You are tall.
Tall.
It's good.
So you see, tall producers are beasts.
Just like you. But I must say that he looks more handsome in person than I think the cameras don't do you good. No, sincerely, I think the cameras don't do you good. You look more handsome in person than I see. Like I'm looking at you on the screen, I'm looking at you in here, and I'm saying that you look more handsome when people meet you.
Okay,
face to
apparently
face.
the microphone is blocking his face.
I'll
so.
take that as a compliment.
Oh, it is a compliment. Like sometimes some people are not photogenic, and I think I put you in that category because if I see your music video and I see you now, you be fine, boy.
Charlie, we did see women. We did this place for like the past 1 month. We don't get any. Oh, you're looking sweet before. Oh, Charlie.
Easy,
Oh no, the guy is a fine boy.
You know these words, sweet, handsome.
Pheelz, welcome to the studio, bro.
Yes, man.
Charlie, it's nice to have you.
Nice to be here, man. Nice
Wow, like, look, I say like we are all starstruck. I'm saying on behalf of everybody. It's nice to have you. Yeah, because
Thank
I
you,
mean,
thank you.
when you have someone whose works speak for itself, and you have contributed so much to African music. I don't even want to say Nigerian or Ghanaian or Tanzanian or to African music. People are jamming your music across the world. It is a contribution in the whole journey of making music more consumable. So I think you've done an amazing job. You deserve a round of applause, bro. I should give you a cup of coffee, but Abi, you know,
Nah,
it
it's
wasn't
fine,
too
it's
cold.
alright.
He wants a ba. Or
I
amala
want
dudu.
banku.
Oh yeah, and what?
Banku and okra.
Oh
You know, man, no
yeah.
okra. After here, don't worry, we got
And
you.
some goat meat.
Uh-huh.
He's your man. He's your man.
It looks like you've had that since you got here.
Yeah, I had that one time. I don't want banku. I want kenke.
Oh,
actually.
kenke and
was
what?
that one. And fish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Well,
fresh
it depends,
pepper.
And fresh pepper, yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
I had that the
Sometimes-
last time I was in Ghana. But I want
Sometimes
that
you can
again
add
before I go.
sausage, you can fry an egg.
Yeah.
Add a
With
corned
kenke?
beef.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Make
try
it
that
a
one
make
of
it a
these
thing.
days. I'll try
Let's
that
know
one
how
of
long you're here. Maybe we'll send Kenke Supreme or something.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
that
That's
you
fine.
have.
How long
sounds
are you in
fine.
town for?
I have to leave tonight.
Oh.
Then what's it like getting here? What's it like waking up, getting here? If you have to leave tonight, what's the schedules
Yeah,
like?
because you know,
Man,
producers.
the schedules has been crazy, man. Like since Finesse, man. Like it's been back to back flights, back to back shows, video shoots, and just
Okay, so hold
Yeah.
on. You just said since Finesse.
Yeah.
So prior to Finesse, with all the productions going on, you were not involving yourself too much in front of the camera.
Yeah, prior to Finesse, I had the Hear Me Out EP. You know, we had done videos like One Life, songs like Somebody and Wayward Girl. But Finesse was that, you know, mega,
big one.
like it's that big, you know, worldwide standard type music. But before that, yeah, it was, you know, we're getting shows and stuff. It was more of like studios and like, you know, chilling with artists and working on more songs. Yeah, but you know, shout out to Finesse, man.
Did you see it coming? Did you see Finesse like being the big bang that would probably?
Bro, man, to be honest, no one can see it's coming. That's just the truth.
No,
one
let me
can
push
see
you
it's
to the wall
coming.
on that question. When you recorded the song in the studio, you've done so many records. When you recorded that song in the studio, playing it back over and over again, the following morning, listening to it, you know, did you see this coming?
I just knew that the song was a banger, and that was the reason why I posted the video online. Because I posted the video the same day I made the song. I immediately finished making the song. I'm just like, I just forgot about it because it wasn't even a single. The single I wanted to release in 2022 was Electricity. 'Cause I had recorded Electricity since 2021. Yeah, so like
you were
that was
sitting
supposed to
on
be
it.
the first year, and I was just
Did
sitting
you
on
have
it.
the battle voice by that time?
Yeah, I had everything by 2021. I was just sitting on it and just, you know, waiting for 2022 to drop it. Then February 2022, Finesse happened and I had to wait for Electricity.
Did Finesse feel different production-wise from any of the other hits you've produced? Because you've worked, you've put in the work, and you know what a hit sounds like by now, for sure.
Bro, no one knows what the hit sounds like. You just know you are making good music.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, that's all you can do. Like the fans decide what the hit is, and God is also a factor as well. So like, you know, there
So
are
there's
lots of
no
factors.
point where you're done in the studio and you're like, maybe I've done 3 songs, maybe even for myself or for them or whatever. I'm like, you know what, this one out of the 3 is the one. Let's push this or let's ride with this.
No, I mean, there's always that like feeling. There's always that like, you know, intuition, and sometimes you have to trust your instinct, and that might even be God talking to you and telling you that okay, that is the right one to go for. You get me? Like you just have to trust your instinct and trust your guts. But at the end of the day, like the fans, like the media, you guys are the one that decides the hits. You guys and the fans, you get. We'll just make amazing music that we think
We're
is cool.
touched like, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks to us, you know, thank you, far too kind. So, was there a strategy to pushing Finesse, or the song sold itself?
Man, the song sold itself. I can't even lie. Yeah, there were, you know, strategies, you know, the ideas, you know, that my team and I like came together, came up with and like to share it. But man, the song just took a life of its own. Man, I just went all across the globe.
I've been
Crazy.
okay. No, Missy, you go first.
If you're on the same line, because I'm going to go off. If you're going to, if
Mine
it's
is
a follow
now
up.
about rhythm, so it's
Okay.
off. So you're allowed.
I've been wondering, like, at what point did you become a full-fledged, well-organized, well-structured producer? You know, at what point in your life? Because I know a lot of people start by, oh, Cyril is my friend. Come, I can record, I can produce. Come, let me reproduce. And like people say, it's all about love. No contracts. Nothing, just you doing it. If it happens, it happens. If the photo becomes big, you're just hoping that Cyril will show you some kindness.
In summary, when you get secretary, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, at what point did you become a well-organized producer, knowing that
It's business.
it's business.
No.
That'll be when I was like, what, 20?
Wow.
Because I started producing like, I made my first hit when I was 16 years old.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Which song is that?
It's a song called First of All by Olamide. First of all, go down low. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
I made that
production.
since, yes. And like, when I was young, I was a young kid in the deep end. So like, it took me a while to like get, the business side of things right. And like, because me, I was just making music and we're just making hits. But I think when I was like 20 going into 21, like, I had become a bit mature and had some experience in the industry and, know where to step and where not to step. So yeah, at that point I started.
Let me ask you, let me just stay there. At 16, when you made this beat for Olamide, who was he by then? Was he also another up-and-coming artist? Was he a mainstream artist at that time? How did he find you?
No, Olamide and I had been, like friends since ID Kabasa studio, Kodetun studio. We literally like, interned on the ID Kabasa together. We were the go and buy fuel for session, you get me? Then I remember stealing Kabasa's password for his computer then so that Olamide and I could work. So whenever Kabasa goes back home, I would sneak in the password and we'll work and I'll save it on a memory card and just delete it from the system. Yeah, so that's how we started working. But I left the studio to go start my own because Kabasa said I was ready to like
Graduate.
move on and graduate, you get me? So I went to like work in another studio and like we didn't talk for like a year. But then his contract expired with Codetunes and then he called me up like, yo, I think it's time we get back together and get back to our former vibe. And the first song we made was Festival.
Wow.
After that time.
And that you're 16.
Yeah,
What were you doing in the studio at 16?
That's me. I've been in the studio since like 13.
Why? Like, were you in school and coming back, or you just decided that school wasn't your thing?
I finished secondary school early, and I feel like after secondary school, I had known that uni was not my thing. I feel like I had known because I just wanted to make music. Like I would be in studios crying while my mates are writing jam, and I would really be like, "Oh, I have to write jam." I'm like, "Nah." So it was like a battle for me. But yeah, like after secondary school, I just started doing studios. I took a break because I told my mom I needed a break. I would write jam like 2 years after because I finished secondary school really early. So I'm like, okay, mom, just give me 2 years. Let me focus on this music. I really want to do this.
And she allowed you?
Yeah, no, not at first. She was stubborn, but with time.
You're also stubborn.
Now that we're talking history, even before I come to my question, now we're talking history. Yeah, just follow through for us. So after 16, what happened? Which one would you say were the groundbreaking productions that placed you at the forefront?
Man, there are a lot, man. There's first of all, there's songs like Duro Soke, there's Turn Up, there's Melo Melo. Oh, that's the Olamide side.
Melo.
Yeah. That's there's Lagos Boy. Then going to the Adekunle Gold side, there's Pick Up. There's
About God, pick up. Oh wow.
There's High with Davido.
Okay.
There's
High is with Davido and Olamide.
No, Adekunle Gold and Davido.
Sorry, I just want to be high.
There's that one. There's with Adekunle Gold, there's a lot actually. There's Call on Me.
Did you find your mojo with Adekunle Gold just as you did Olamide?
Yeah, I actually got him signed to YBNL Records.
Oh.
Yeah, I told Olamide, like, yo, sign this guy, don't worry.
So tell us that story. I'm interested in that story. How did it happen?
We were actually just discussing before you came in how producers are able to identify
the next big thing.
The next big thing, see the and go beyond just working on the beats and actually making decisions or suggestions. That is because that thing you do right now, So yeah, definitely walk us through it. Why did you think he was special, and what was it like? Because you didn't do that for yourself at that time.
Yeah. I mean, like then it was what attracted me to Adekunle Gold was his graphics because he was called the king of Photoshop.
Yep.
Then so he would Photoshop himself with like
Rihanna and Beyonce.
And me, I've been into like visual art since I was a child. So like I love like doing graphics and stuff. I still do that. Like
That is an endorsement, bro. That is an endorsement, bro. Tell them. I'm fighting the maths and science people every day.
But I mean, I still do that. Like all my cover works, I do all that myself. All my lyric videos, like with the animations and my characters, I build all that myself. So like, I'm still
really?
in that bag, yeah, for sure. So yeah, like I'm like, this King of Photoshop is dope. Like so I followed up his work, and then I realized he was an artist. And I heard he did a cover on the One Direction song "Story of My Life." That was the original Sade. So I heard that on Tuesday's Beat FM show. I'm like, so this is the same guy. And I was now looking for him, but I had no idea that he had gotten my BBM pin months earlier, and he has been trying to send BlackBerry days. Like, I'm trying to send me a message. So when I got his pin, I found out that I already had it in my contact, and then I'm like, okay, I already know this guy. How far? Link up. Then I hit up Olamide. I'm like, yo, there's this new guy. Have you heard this song Shadi on the radio? Is this same King of Photoshop? I think it's really dope. I think we should link up with him and just see what we can do. And you know, Ola was skeptical at first, but I told him like, bro, if this guy doesn't pop up, blame me. But let's go. Let's go on this guy. You get me? So like so we linked up. It was on the day of the first Olamide Live in concert. We linked up at a hotel, and then, you know, he met Adekunle Gold, and he told me, like, Pheelz, this is all you. Like, immediately signed.
Make him the artist
like,
you want.
Go. You get me? So, like, Adekunle and I, you know, locked up, and we remade Sade, released that one. It was a smash. From there, it was just back to back, Oriente, Pick Up, My Life, just back to back, down to Colony, like, down to like last year. It was crazy.
Wow.
So it's like Nigeria or Africa or the world just accepted Pheelz Productions, regardless what, like, you got to that point where whatever you do, like,
like, I don't know, man. I think, bro, it's just God, man. Like, because at the end of the day, man, like, I don't think I'm the best producer. Like, I wouldn't say that. Like, that's just a very egotistic thing to say. You get me? Like, I just make music that I think is cool, and I just create. You get me?
Let me ask quite a bit of an uncomfortable question with regards to productions. Now, just sorry I say it's uncomfortable because there is a certain rhythm that has given Nigeria Nigerian Afrobeat music. Now, I say Nigerian Afrobeat because Afrobeat counts, every country produces its Afrobeat, but Nigeria's own seems to be at the forefront. So not seems to be, it's at the forefront, all through hard work, creativity, standards. When you're doing these rhythms, is there a particular, I'm being a bit technical, swing or type, or, you know, from a producer's point of view, that gives that record that appeal? I don't know if you get where I'm.
I understand. Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think the music of, like, the music from Nigeria is technical. I think it's a spirit. I think it's one of those music that you have to be Nigerian and live through the life that Nigerians live through to be able to make Nigerian kind of music. You get me? Like we can give you all the drum kits and even teach you how to do it, but like it wouldn't sound exactly like that if you don't have the spirit. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, right. So like the way I see, like, Afrobeats coming from Nigeria, it's not really a sound for me. It's like a spirit. It's a culture. It's a way of life.
So it's like the side effect of the environment.
It's the side effect of the environment you get. It's the churches we go to, the music we listen to.
The gen set.
It's the generator.
I'm saying that because an equal, same age, same type, same brand record producer, maybe from Ghana or from Ivory Coast or, you know, Senegal or something, will produce an Afrobeat, but just let the Nigerian one drop, and everybody swings to that one, regardless. It just keeps me wondering. Okay, is this something that Pheelz is doing to his music?
No, me, I'm just making music, or like. At the end of the day, like, shout out to everybody all around Africa and all around the world making music, man. Like, it's not like we're saying, oh, we make the best music, you get me, as Nigerians, but we're just grinding, we're just making music. Like, however the world accepts it, that's fine. Like, shout out, glory be to God, but like, we're just creating and we're just making music how we think is cool. You get me? That's what we're doing.
It sounds very rosy, but of course, I'm sure there's been some tough times
yeah, for sure.
Where you thought, you know what, maybe I should actually go back to school.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been moments like that for sure.
Talk to us or share some of these moments with us.
I mean, it was just, you know, as a 16-year-old kid now, like, just jumping in the deep end that early, and, you know, where, you know, men are swimming with sharks and whales and stuff. You get? I mean, I was just 16, just there, like, yeah, man, I got beaten a couple of times.
Oh,
yeah. No, not like beaten, by sharks, like by life.
Okay.
Yeah, man, those were like really crazy times because I had to learn the hard way. There was really no one to, like, you know, show me like the direction.
When you say you got beaten, as in people use your works
without giving you credit,
copyrights, infringements, all those things. Wow.
Yeah, because initially, like, I was like I was a writer from Jump and an artist from Jump before I even became a producer.
Okay.
The reason why I actually learned how to produce was so I could produce beats for the songs that I was writing at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I got into production. So then I would write songs and
At 16?
co-write. Yeah, 16. I've been writing I used to write poems for my seniors in school since I was 13. I'd write poems for them to give to their girlfriends.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I would write songs, I would co-write songs, I would add my input and stuff, but I wouldn't really get my credits and my shares. So that really, messed with my head a lot. And then also trying to survive on the streets and just, make a name for yourself and, grind. That just messes with your head, and sometimes you just think, should I have just gone to school and just, maybe become a doctor or something.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did not go back.
But I'm missing out on all these kinds of productions.
The difference that Jefoli is asking about with regards to how the Nigerian sound differentiates itself, does it have anything to do with the technical production aspects? Are you guys using any software that we don't use? Are you doing something differently? Do you have, is it a collective movement? Because every Niger song they bang hard. And it hurts me to be in Ghana, on Ghana radio, saying this.
Say the truth.
But we say how it is.
No, there's no technical, we all have the same softwares, man. It's all one internet. It's Fruity Loops, it's Ableton Live, it's Logic, it's,
Cubase.
whatever, it's Cubase, you get me? It's not about the software. I feel like it's just Nigeria, man.
I think it's difficult to believe because, when Sarkodie came here, there was a question we asked him, his production, when he put the credits on the screen, we saw that there was one particular name that came through. I think it was a producer or something. And then I asked that, why did he have to go to Nigeria? And he talked about the production here and the difficulty. I was listening to Camido's EP. I don't know if you paid attention. I keep hearing Adeleke on the beats. And Adeleke is not Ghanaian. Yeah. Whether he lives here or not, is not Ghanaian. I keep hearing Adeleke on the beats. And there are a number of people whose songs you hear Nigerian names. So that's why we are really asking, because it looks like now everybody, even when Mr. Drew came, he talked about the fact that they had to go there, to get sound better. What is about your sound?
I know he's going to give the same answer. But understand us. Where we are coming from is trying to learn.
Yeah,
and still small. Trying to learn. Is it the industry's competition that is from where the standards you set in Nigeria with regards to productions that you put out there? So when Pheelz sits in the studio to produce, we want to understand what is going through Pheelz's mind.
Oh yeah, I feel you. Man, when Pheelz sits to produce, man, he just wants to. It's like a battle in my head. I don't know about any other person's process, you get, but I know about my own. You understand? It's like a battle in my head when I'm in the studio because I'm trying to I'm at war with myself and what I've done. You understand? So I'm trying to make something new, something fresh, something different, something that no one has heard before in a while or ever. You get? And yeah, I think the Nigerian sound is also driven by the hustle spirit that we have as Nigerians, because it's not all that rosy in Nigeria, but we survive.
No, at this point, we're not talking about rhythm. The clarity or is that the word to say?
Yeah, the production. You see the post-production.
Yes, the quality.
So what I was asking is that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So the mix, the
when
master, the software, the everything.
Bro, man, I've been mixing all my shit myself. Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
I've been mixing all that myself since I was 16.
Shit is okay.
I just stopped mixing my stuff recently, on the Hear Me Out EP. But prior to that, all the albums, I've been mixing all the Olamide albums, I've been mixing all that myself.
What do you guys do that's different? I want an honest answer. But what do you? Because see, I don't understand.
Does he know what we do to let you know what is this?
Okay, what's your process? I produce. He produces as well, so we'd understand. So what's your process? So you are done with the arrangement.
So I'm done with the arrangement. I've recorded the song,
everything. You want to put it on the DSPs now. You want to put a final mix on it.
I'm mixing myself. That's one of my.
Is that a trade secret?
That's his trademark.
Yeah. I mix it myself, and whatever I feel Because at the end of the day, the way I say it is, there are no rules to this thing. Like, there are really no rules. Like, whoever writes a textbook about this is how you should do it, took it from somewhere else. And someone is doing it different that is also different from what he's saying. Like, there are no rules. So, like, me, I go with feeling. That's how I go. Like, if it feels right the way it sounds, then it's right. Like, I don't care if it doesn't sound like, if it sounds like this one or sounds like that one, or if it doesn't sound like what's on the radio. If it feels right to me,
that's okay.
That's like God telling me that, don't worry, this one is all right.
Let me push you further. So I watched a documentary with Timbaland, and Timbaland said Logic is trash, right? He only uses Logic to take vocals.
Vocals, yeah.
And then he moves to Ableton or Pro Tools or something to do the actual work. Do you have that kind of process?
Me, I'm an Ableton guy. Yo.
In and out, beginning to finish.
Recording, mixing, maybe I'll take it out of Ableton, but producing.
Where would you take it to mix?
Maybe Studio One.
Okay.
Yeah, I would mix in Studio One, but producing and recording is all Ableton. All Ableton has my soul.
Now let's talk about
I like that.
your
Ableton
record.
has my soul.
Yeah, so
It capture you long time.
He's giving you at least he's giving us some of the trademarks.
Yeah, some
so
of
we can let our producers work with it. Then we'll come and finish with you. But let's talk about your label. I realized that I've been trying to get the name. I've been doing it with almost everybody. I think I showed it to Olele. Is it Ready Macool or Ready Macool? What's it called?
It's really my cool.
Ready Macool. What does it mean though?
It means the rhythm is cool. In
You know what? Until today, I've been hearing. I'm sure I've been saying something else. Every time I hear.
Me that this thing I got it to.
Oh, it's a lie. He said he's what? Mapuka. Hey, he said he's what?
I beg you.
He said he's reading
all I hear is
Mapuka.
reading Mapuka.
So we've been hearing different things.
Reading Macool. Now when it comes on, I go jam with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that a label owned by you? Because I see also that in your profile you have / what's the name of is it Universal?
Warner Music.
Warner Music, yeah. So what's it like?
It's a JV. It's me doing my thing and them supporting my dream. So Reading My Cool is me. Is my sound, is my vibe, is my energy. Warner is just trying to show that to the world, and because they believe a lot in my vision and my creative process. So shout out to Warner, man. That's family.
How did you get there?
Finesse, man. Well, yeah, because I dropped Finesse with my manager and my team, just us. We just let it go, and it was a huge hit. I mean, 2 days after I released the song, I was already on the O2 stage with Davido, and thousands of people singing.
We saw that.
Finesse.
You know what?
I'm sure we're singing happiness.
Happiness.
Yeah.
You know the funniest thing? I almost changed it to Happiness in the studio when I was making it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was between Happiness or Finesse. But in the context of the song, I'm like, Finesse works better.
Yeah.
But I knew that Happiness would
Okay.
Bang.
We're
Yeah.
singing.
So let's talk about that song. So I mean, it does mean that you have this level of humor, because the message in the song, I want to understand where it generated from. Was it from a conversation or?
Oh man, I think it was the vibe in the studio, man. It was just because Michael. So there's a producer that I'm mentoring. His name is Michael. He made the beat for Finesse. Not even.
Oh, not you.
Yeah, I just added the Pheelz, pixie dust.
Okay.
Also, you have other producers under your wing now.
Oh yeah, I have Michael now.
Just one?
Just one now. But I'm looking forward to signing more. And I just don't want to sign producers. I want to sign creatives, artists, visual artists, painters. Because I have a big dream.
Yeah.
Spectrum is how I'm moving. Yeah, you get.
But the reason I stopped you there, and before you continue, I'm just looking. So, what credit did you give to Michael at this point?
What credit did I give to
Yes.
Michael? Mm-hmm. He produced Finesse.
So he's on there as a producer.
Yeah.
Okay. I
What?
want to see what you're doing
I'm not even
differently.
on there as a producer. I just gave him the whole credit. You produce, take it. You're my G. This is
Oh,
for
wow.
you. You get me? And he just got his first nomination a couple of weeks ago.
Solid.
I'm
Wow.
really proud of him. Yeah. Yeah, and the one I think I'm really proud of Michael. We have one more on the EP called Feels Like Summer. Yeah.
Okay.
But he was-
back to the
was-
vibe.
yeah.
Back to the vibe on Finesse.
Yeah, man. We're in the studio. So we had already I'd already done melodies on the beats weeks before. The same melodies. I already did all that. So I think one day I would maybe in a few days I'll drop the original idea for Finesse and how it started. But yeah, I'd already done that. So we went to like a session together in a hotel. I think we linked up with like Pheelz and DJ Tunes and Wanda Cole and all that. Then after we got back home, he told me that, yo, there's this song that you are forgetting or that we've done, like you did a mad idea for, and then he played it. I'm like, it's mad though. So immediately, like I didn't even take off my clothes, I just sat down, I just started writing straight from, I just started writing, bad girl says she want Netflix and chill. So I just kept boom, 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 wrote all that, recorded that, immediately finished recording it. We did the Finesse, because people thought it was a crowd, but that was just me and Michael recording different layers.
I want to ask about that in general, right? When we'll get back to, but you guys do a lot of layering and choral effects. Yeah. Is that like an unspoken secret? Because it's not just on your songs or your productions.
Adulthood, Nas, Cam.
A lot of people are there singing.
It's like there's always a melody, a harmony, and then there's some ad-libbing there, a little off-key just to give it some texture. Yeah. And then, like, it's very like purposeful.
Raw,
yeah, exactly. If you know production, you know that like there's like 6-7 layers you are listening to. Charlie, you guys get some WhatsApp group or something, because it's so purposeful. When you're on your DSPs and you're listening and you like Afrobeats mix, right? When any other non-Nigerian Afrobeat comes on, it sounds a bit thin. The vocals be crisp, the song is good, everything, but it's
missing something.
The pixie dust is missing,
Yeah, I feel
and I think a big part of it is that choral effect and what. And why is it that it's repeat? Is it part of Nigerian culture? And your traditional songs, like you said, is about growing up in the environment. Do you have a lot of that in your environment where you have a lot of
repetitive
or choral singing around you that kind of moves in?
No, I think we have that, like, because like when you think about like churches and think about like like gatherings and stuff, they're like songs that that we sing and we would chant together. It's like a tribal feeling in the song. You get me? So like I feel like we have that, but I don't think that's like a trade secret. I think that's just a vibe that has just become very popular now. But yeah, like for me, I've always been a fan of like multiple vocals. Like even on my productions, like 90% of all my productions, I would do the backup and the backing vocals and the harmonies and the ad libs. Like if you listen to all the Olamide songs and the Adekunle songs, if you know my voice, you would hear my voice on almost all of them.
Are you charging for that as well?
I mean.
No, but you're on the story. Because I was going to pick up from a place that you tell us about. So you wrote the verse of Finesse, and then you got on and
I wrote the verse, wrote the hook, first verse, second verse, finished the song, then posted just the hook on TikTok. Mind you, I only had like 21 followers on TikTok when I posted that song. Yeah, because I had just opened my TikTok a couple of days before. So just 21 followers, just because I didn't, it was just a vibe that I was feeling. I'm like, okay, let me let the world hear this, and just posted it on TikTok and took it and posted it on Instagram, and like 2-3 days, a day and a half after, man, everybody everywhere, Finesse, what's this song, what's this sound? And then like 2 days after, Buju sent me a message, or Benson sent me a message, was like, yo, is this a TikTok sound? Are you just playing with this, or is this an?
That was an Instagram message?
Yeah, Instagram DM.
Yeah, because we saw that.
I was like, it's my record. I just finished it, though, but I can take out a verse and you understand if you want to. And then like, link up.
That's the remix?
No, that's the original song.
That's the original song with Benson.
Oh.
Yeah. So I linked up with Benson, recorded his second verse, and, I was just trying to like get everything right, mix and master it myself. And just boom.
Let's talk about collaborations in Nigeria. We've had for here in Ghana, we've talked about collaborations amongst our Ghanaian artists. For the landscape in Nigeria, what is it like? Because in this scenario, Buju heard the record, sent you a DM, and immediately you took out a verse to put his verse in there. Was it an instinctive decision, or you just thought because my brother has appreciated my work, I should just give him something to work with?
No, I think for me that was an instinctive decision, because Benson and I had always wanted to work, but we just never had the time. He told me that he had always wanted to work with me since he heard the Laughter, Tears and Goosebumps album from Fireboy.
Fireboy, okay.
Yeah, because I made like 80 to 90% of the album.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, so I'd always wanted to like work with me, like I'd always wanted the beats from me. I've even like sent him a couple of beats that we're supposed to get into the studio and record on, but just never had the time. So like when he hit me up with Finesse, I just felt like the right time to finally like get into the studio and work. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'll take out my verse because I'd already finished the song. There was a verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus. I'm like, okay, don't worry. So I took my verse 2, used that as the verse 1, and then put him in the verse 2.
Can we get an exclusive on the verse 2? Just 2 bars.
Maybe one of these days.
Not today.
Let the song 10 cash out. So
He's going to use it for on another song, right?
Yeah.
So then I think based on collaborations now, then the remix came with French Montana.
French Montana.
Now tell us about school us on that process and how that happened.
That happened in the DM as well. A lot has been going on in my DM, but that happened in the DM as well.
So
like,
what, you check your DMs often?
Yeah.
Even after you became Pheelz?
Yeah, still check my DMs. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to French, man. Like, you know, he sent me a message like, "Yo, I'm really feeling this record, man. Like, let's see what we can do with it." So we linked up at his house in LA, and you know, linked up in the studio, recorded it, and then I wrote a different verse for that one as well because I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
You get so, and there's been a couple of features as well. There's the one with Bounty Killer in Jamaica. They're like, I heard that they're like 20 remixes of Finesse in the Caribbeans, like in Guadeloupe.
Yeah.
I hope you're catching up with that.
And I'm linking up with all of them because for me, like it's a viral song, man. You can't police it.
Right.
It's viral.
But are you making money from all of that?
My sister. If I'm not making money, what am I doing?
Because you know why I was asking. You know, like you said, you can't police it. So I was thinking that you just take it and do whatever you want to do with it. And I'm just excited that my song has gone that far.
The content
But
ID.
but if you're making money, it means that But it's going to bring me to a question that I was saying earlier this morning. Before that question, I want to find out. So when you put now his Benson again on. What was and then again, because of collaborations and how it happens in Ghana, was it, let's do it out of love? Or when we do it, you're taking 40, I'm taking 60. What was the split sheet, or was it?
Was the business before or after?
I mean,
it hit the world.
You can do it out of love and do business out of love as well. Like, the fact that you're doing it out of love doesn't mean you have to do it for free. You get me? Like, so yeah, we did it out of love, but business is clean. Yeah, business is still business. Yo, this is the agreement. This is how
agreement is agreement.
Like it's the music business. Yes, it's music. Yes, it's it's our creativity, it's our vibe, it's our talents, but it's a business as well, and we need to treat it as such. Like friendship or no friendship, love or no love, it's a business.
Is it a general thing in Nigeria?
What, the business?
Yeah, love business. Even though it's out of love, we are still making money out of it.
It's a general thing, and it's not a general thing everywhere. Like I feel like it's the same everywhere. Like you just have to like know how you move and like have the right like business sense and know what the business of like the music is. You get me? It takes a lot of learning, like because things like evolve over time. Things keep like changing, and you have to like change with the times. It's like being like water. You have
Never
to
be
just keep,
stable.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
Well, I was going to ask, so for somebody like you, having worked with Olamide, Adekunle Gold, and all of that, would they be offended, or would they find it awkward or not businesslike to say, Phil says, give me a verse. Shall they bless me with a verse? Because you're this name. So can you just bless me with a verse? And you're just blessing the person, say, oh, you know how you bless somebody, you don't expect anything in return. Is it possible? Or you at this stage, can an up and coming approach you and say, oh, this is Pheelz, like you're a big name, bless me with a production, and that's it. You don't have to look back and say, is he making money from it? Do I have to go? But you're just blessing the person out of love, and there's no business. Exactly. Just something for free. Is it possible?
It feels done with freebies.
I mean, it's possible. It just depends on my vibe. But like saying that as well, like there are organizations that are put in place. Like even if I don't stress about the fees and stuff, not even the fee, like the publishing, for example. Like there are organizations like there's BMI, there's ASCAP, there are all that would like chase for the publishing and the mechanicals and all that. So like I don't even really have to stress. Like the one that I can do is okay. Don't worry, don't pay me production fee or don't pay me like feature fee. Like just just take it. But like at the back end, like there are organizations put in place, that
To get your cut.
that everybody should be signed or registered to like to get your. So you don't have to like think about that. You can just think about creating and just
What's
making art.
the royalty system like in Nigeria, locally?
Locally, I think it's still growing, but I think it's growing at a very fast pace. Because me, I come from two generations. Like I've been in this game for like 12 years now. So like I've seen the morphing of the industry, how it went from the CD era, the marketer era to now the streaming era. So like it's really growing and it's growing fast. And we're not there yet, but we're on our way for sure.
Are the artists in Nigeria empowered financially? I mean, it's not everybody who gets opportunity to break the glass ceiling like what you've done, right? So those who are still quote unquote local champions, how are the organizations in Nigeria helping them make money out of their music?
Bro, in Nigeria, you're on your own government, bro. You are your own government.
Your own parliament, everything.
You are your own parliament and everything. But bro, like that's the beautiful thing and the sad thing about Nigeria at the same time. Because if we didn't have those like the environments, like you wouldn't have the hustle spirit and the grind spirit in you. Like Nigerians are hustlers. Like we hustle. Like it's like we go through a lot, but we find a way to find joy. And that's why I feel like the music means a lot to us, because that's like our escape. That's one of the ways we escape from like what we're going through, or what we are thinking about, or like what's happening back at home, or like you just want to plug in the earpiece and just get lost in the music. You get me? Like, but I feel like if we don't have all that in Nigeria, like we wouldn't really have the hustle spirit that we have now. You get me? So like it's
I believe
like a
that's
blessing
so
and a
much.
curse at the same time.
Because even in like even in slavery, a lot of black music was born out of the suffering. So I think it aligns very well with what you're saying, that the condition creates the kind of music that the people make and resonate with.
Anyway, all right. I want to take us to the lighter side. Let's go around the world now. But before that, who's Folake?
For the night.
Folake for the night. Folake that's what I call like beautiful girls, man. Like when I say beautiful girl, you're like Hannah, she's Folake now.
No, I'm Dupe actually.
You are Dupe. Oh, yeah, okay. Your middle name can be Folake. Yeah.
Yo, like I'm down with that line. Like
that.
I just actually understood it well today. And
yeah.
So I mean, Finesse is taking you around the world. Where has share some memories with us, some places, some moments.
Man.
Like you can't forget.
Man, there are a lot. There are a lot.
Which one crowns it all for you?
I really can't pick one. I just have to like name some of them.
All right, let's go through some.
Like, there's the O2 moment with Davido on stage.
I think we're playing a bit of that on.
Yeah, there's the O2 moment for sure. There's the New York moment. What hall was that? It was in New York with Adekunle Gold. It was an Adekunle Gold concert. That was amazing as well. Man, there's a lot, man.
What happened in New York?
It was AG was on tour, and he brought me out on stage and I performed Finesse on his tour. Yeah, so
and this is with Davido. That's on the screen now.
That was the that was 2 days after the song dropped.
So you were in Nigeria when he called for you to come.
Yeah, and that was Adekunle Gold's clothes actually. Because because my visa came out the day of the show, so I went to collect my visa and I went straight to the airport. I bought my ticket to the show on my way to the airport, so I couldn't even go back home to pack.
Oh man!
Again, so see, I see how jumpy. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you're looking at you like more fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
You know what? Somebody's going to leave this show and go and get pants just like this, without knowing the reality.
What you just talked about, right? It gives me the sense that there's this kind of unity, in the space. Is it really what it is, or you guys just have a great PR system that hides the bad nuts?
No, I don't, bro. Like, for unity to exist, there has to be this unity somewhere. Now you get like it's not. Yeah, like some of us are united. You get me, and like some are just chilling. You get me. Like it's like that all over the world. Like you'll be friends with some people, and like some people you just not like
An
not be friends with
acquaintance.
them, but just acquaintance. You get me? Like,
Have you had issues with some of your colleagues because they thought maybe they wanted you to produce a particular record, but it just wasn't, working with you? And you're like, nah, bro, I can't do this.
oh yeah. Yeah.
And how did they take it?
No,
Or
it's
they
the
thought,
word,
oh,
though.
rather because you're a big
I
boy.
know is a word.
Ah, no,
I
it's
like
the word,
that. I like that.
Often, how is the conversation like? Is it like, is it more instructive? Is it argumentative? Or is just, like you said, no?
But it depends on the person now, and depends on how the person takes it. Because I've met artists, I've been in the studio with artists. I've said, oh no, I'm not doing this again. I'm out.
Wow.
You get me? Because for me, it's about the vibe and it's about the energy. And like, if I'm not feeling the music or if I'm not feeling the vibe, it feels like torture for me. Yeah, that's me. I don't know about anybody else. Like, it's just very uncomfortable. So like, I just walk out.
Let's get back into production. I mean, just still talk about studio production. So usually with producers, we play rhythms that are currently trending, or maybe we have our kind of music we produce. I beg your pardon. So which one is it for you now? Because Nigeria has gone around Amapiano, localized it, almost taken ownership of it, almost, and produce lovely good sound out of other genres, other types of music. So what is it for you? Is it when you go into the studio to do your production, is it what is trending now, or there is a certain hidden beast? And that's when before you walked in, we were talking about beast, a certain hidden beast of Pheelz that if he starts to do what he really wants to do, it's even on another level.
I feel like I don't think I've ever been a fan of following the trend. I'm more of like, I like creating trends, and like I feel like if you're listening to my music, like even my productions from like from like the Olamide era to the 10 era to the Fireboy era, like you can hear like it's vast. Like the genres that I play with are like vast genre. Like if you hear songs like Ali by Fireboy, like I hear the Indian like or the Chinese type flute, like I take inspiration from everywhere and just like morph it. So I'm not really like that trend follower type artist or producer.
So if someone walks to you now that wants to do a hip hop beat, like you have just the right concoction.
Yeah. Well, like my music taste and like my music creations are really vast, man. Like I'm really proud to say that. Like,
What music do you listen to?
All types, man. Like
Favorite
music right now is Afro soul and
Who are you listening to?
Indian music.
Indian.
Afro Soul. Who are you listening to?
I like Thames a lot. I've been listening to a lot because I think Thames is an Afro soul artist.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, she actually says it herself.
Yeah, I like Thames a lot. I like there's a girl called Damio Niru in Lagos that I've been listening to. That's really dope. Yeah, and then I've also been listening to Burna Boy. I'm a big Burna Boy fan. I like Davido as well. Big Davido fan. Davido needs to release new music, man.
But he asked you. I was going to come to that because he asked you. There was a day you posted something. He asked his Pheelz, when are you releasing this album? I think you were going on a tour or something.
Yeah.
And he says, when are you? So it's like you're keeping Davido's music.
No, no. But David is coming with fire, though. David is coming with fire for sure. Pure fire. I just can't wait, man. Yeah, but that's broski.
So now that you listen to lots of Nigerian artists that are inspiring your music as well, do you listen to anybody outside the borders of Nigeria?
Oh,
Benin,
yeah.
Togo, Ghana.
Yeah.
Ghana.
I love Jackie.
No, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie.
Yeah.
That's how we call it in Nigeria.
Oh,
It's
Jackie.
It's fine.
Yeah, but Jackie. I love Jackie. Sarkodie. I'm a big Sarkodie fan. Yeah, I linked up with him at the BBC orchestra Afro concerto.
I think I saw
told him
yours as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his one as well.
Yeah.
I told him that we need to actually like work.
something.
Yeah, I like King Promise as well. Yeah, I think then I like Darko.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Darko vibes. Black Sheriff as well.
Have you had the chance to engage with these names you mentioned?
Yeah.
Sarkodie.
Darko and I are planning to like link up. But we've just not had the time, and with Black Sheriff as well. And I think I want to do something with Sarkodie as well. And I feel like Shatta Wale and I can create some damage in this Ghana. I feel like we can.
Come on. The way you said, I feel like Shatta Wale and I, there must
From
be
passion,
something
from
about it. Yeah.
No,
He said
'cause
that
like-
with so
like-
much
like,
energy.
Yeah, because I feel like I can like create like a vibe with Shatta Wale that
Yeah,
would
but see,
just-
that's the beginning of a hit.
I need to
When the
capture
He wants to capture that for
this
Shatta
moment.
Wale.
I need to capture this moment. We're just talking over the weekend, man. I need to capture this moment.
He has to
man.
capture for
I
Shatta
know
Wale.
he's not in a very good
That's
mood now.
in this
because
whole
it's
building. This is the biggest Shatta Wale fan.
Yeah.
You know,
In
he's
the 1 kilometer
unofficial
radius.
PR.
One kilometer
unofficial
radius.
PR manager for
Shatta.
unofficial. I haven't been hired yet.
Yeah, but you know, it's
So
very, it's
I'm
very,
hanging out with Pheelz. Pheelz, you want to say to Shatta?
Yo, Shatta, link up. We have to make a hit.
Yeah. Oh man.
you know,
All right.
it's very interesting that you talk about Shatta because we are very much aware of his comments, you know, against the Nigerian music industry. But you guys have shown him nothing but love. Is it because of his personality or is it because of his music? What
Or the
really
numbers.
is, what really is the relationship between Shatta and Nigeria as it is now?
I think we love Shatta Wale, man. Like, for me personally, like I started like there was a time I came to Ghana and I heard this Freedom.
Shatta.
Yeah.
Bro, that song blew my mind. I'm like, this is a jam. Yeah, since then I started listening to Shatta's music and I'm a fan, man. Like it's all love for me. Like it's all love.
I was going to add that you have Portable, so once you have Portable, Shatta, you can do with Shatta.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
I mean,
ask
you just have to
there's a-
understand Shatta.
Hey.
Sorry, you
lawyer,
just have to-
lawyer one.
I
You
told
don't understand that, you know,
Guys.
Feelz understands the brand.
That's why he says he
Shatta
wants to do
Wale.
a
But
song with
we've
him.
given you your flowers. Smell them.
No, I'm just trying to expand.
We've given you the flowers. Smell
Why-
them.
well, I'm just trying to expand the conversation to understand.
Your man, they hold the
that-
flower. I know what smell.
I can just close my eyes and imagine a Shatta Wale Feelz
Please,
collaboration.
we have done our part.
Fully.
It's 9:34. Can we move on?
After me. Smell them. Charlie, so I wanted to dive into this real quick. Hip hop has been a big, speaking of Sarkodie and all that, hip hop has been a big conversation in Ghana and in Nigeria. From when I started listening to African hip hop, and Nigeria was a big powerhouse when it comes to hip hop. Even Olamide was a hip hop artist in the beginning, right? So what do you think is affecting the quote unquote decline of that? Because the same decline that you see happening there, we've survived it, or we are trying to survive it in Ghana, and production plays a big part of that. So if anybody would tell me why hip hop might be declining or whatever, I'll be a producer. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
What do you think?
I don't think hip hop is declining. I don't think decline is the right word. I think morphing is the right word, or changing is the right word. Because for Nigeria, I think hip hop is still alive. It's just taking other forms that we are new to, and we don't really classify it as hip hop. Because I feel like change is a very constant thing. Like, you have to be able to like move with the times. Yeah, like if you think about hip hop, it's like rap. It's spitting bars on rhythm and like lyrics on like beats. You understand? It doesn't really matter what beat it is. You get me? So like I feel like hip hop is still alive.
I get you on the production side, or like we even had the likes of Joe Budden and the rest in the past do pop tracks but rap on it. But even Eminem has done pop tracks and rapped on it, blah blah blah. But the authenticity of a genre is owning what defines that genre. And those bars, punchlines, storytelling, that is hip hop. We used to have that Vector, and that whole squad was, not, I wouldn't use the word hardcore, but was authentic hip hop. And they were still making bangers.
Yeah.
They were still making bangers regardless of not morphing into anything else. I think when you say morphing, I would say versatility. Where maybe you can get a Sarkodie who can put out, who can do a 64 bars back-to-back punchlines, or he can do a club banger because he's managing to morph and respond to the producer's needs.
Yeah.
But that authentic thing that, let's say, a hip-hop head wants to listen to a typical MI or a Vector and just vibe, or an Ice Prince, like the hip-hop itself. I think that's lost.
I don't think so, man. I don't think it's lost. I just think the fact that another genre is having a lot more
spotlight.
lights, shone on it does not mean other genres are not existing. You get me? Like, there are amazing rappers in Nigeria doing amazing rap songs. There are amazing rappers in Nigeria doing amazing
Give me
club
some
songs.
names. I mess with Ladipo.
Oh, yeah, there's Ladipo, there's MI, there's
Just feel like
Vector,
there's
there's
Ladipo
Black
and there's
Bones.
Vector.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like. I feel like all of you have left
That's
Ladipo
like,
on his
yeah.
own, and
For real, when I listen to
very big.
Ladipo, I sigh. I'm
That's
like,
what we get. That's the vibe we get.
the vibe I get is like,
outside
so where's the
Nigeria.
rest?
Oh,
You know,
no.
when I'm done with Ladipo, I'm like, so who the rest then be?
Nah,
know
man.
there's Vector.
So put me on, bro.
It's just so much light on the Afrobeat sound, but there's a lot of other genres in Nigeria that are amazing. Like there's Black Bones. I've heard Black Bones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Black
we know
Bones,
Black
yeah.
Bones.
Amazing.
He's been here.
There's-
He's been in Ghana before.
Chocolate City.
Yeah, he's an amazing rapper. There's AQ. There are bare rappers in Nigeria.
But
that
you
are
see,
doing amazing songs.
if I get what he's
Yeah.
saying, Black Bones doesn't. His songs that have really been commercial, have gotten commercial, are not rap songs. Like recently, the song that I would always remember him from is the song where he's speaking a bit of everybody's video, that's not hip hop song. Pheelz has
There's
before
Pheelz
Pheelz
as well.
now sings more than the Pheelz that I know from back in the day. So if I get what he's trying to say, maybe the changing word is, but the commercial is that a word?
Commercialization.
Yeah, of songs or genres is moving almost all your rappers to become singers. There's a Ghanaian rapper called Amrado. You know what he said? He says Nigerians don't have rappers, they have singers. Yeah, that's what he says. Because unlike how J. Foley, I think it's you that said that we have been firm in that regard. I don't know if you or Cyril said, unlike what you're saying, that our rappers have been quite firm. They have not been swayed, maybe because this has become really more commercial. This is a success now. Let's go. Your rappers have kind of, shifted. We are looking for money, kind of. So rather than do hardcore rap and nobody's consuming it and not getting the shows, I'm not, making a lot of money. Let's add some Afrobeat to it. So you're getting your rappers now becoming singers.
Yeah, like they're responding to the audience because the spotlight has gone to one side.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay where and you can't bug people out for going where the bread is, right? People for eat.
It's the way I see it. I might see it differently, but the way I see it, like it's. You don't have to be rigid, man. You really don't. Like, be water. Like, that's how I see it. Like, I can rap too. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, I'll write you a rap bar and then you would, like, you understand? Like, if I choose tomorrow and say, okay, I'm dropping a rap track, I can. And
But
if I
why
want to
won't
drop,
you?
why, like, you get, like, just flow, man. Like, it doesn't have to be about, because everybody's doing this now, I have to be rigid. And no, just flow, man. Like, if you want to do rap, do rap. If you want to do Afrobeat, do Afrobeat. If you want to do Afro rap, do Afro rap. If you want to do other genres, do other. Just move, just flow. And if you want to, like, if you think, it's satisfying the people, it's going with the people. Like, at the end of the day, like, you want your music to impact people. You want your music to be heard. Like as much as you're making it for yourself, you're also making it for your people. You're making it for your fans. You're making it to inspire somebody. You're making it to, like, pass a message to somebody. And, like, whatever container that message goes into, like, that's fine. You get me? Like, just be water, man. Like, that's my own.
I was
That's
caught
my
off
take on
guard
it.
this weekend. I think it's this weekend or a few days ago. I'd used just in front of this, just the way through to the studio where you pass around that aisle. I'd done a reel with your song Electricity featuring the video. I was so excited, got lots of numbers, and I got, just recently, I've deleted it, I would have shown you. Then I got a pop-up from my Instagram that I've infringed on some, what I was copyright or something, that is, this music cannot, so I had to, so they asked me, you delete it or you make an appeal. And I'm like, okay, what's happening?
That might be from, like, because there are, like, new, like, Instagram laws and stuff. So I think what happened was, I think you have to use, like, the actual, like, sound from either the
Instagram
the app
library?
or,
Yeah, I use it from the reels.
Wow.
Instagram reels.
You took
Yeah,
a song
I have
from
to check.
Instagram reels, yes.
And then,
I have to check
so
that
maybe some countries don't have.
So he said that this is not allowed in Russia and whatever, but I don't live in Russia. I'm in Ghana. My jurisdiction is Ghana.
Yeah,
the
but
part that got me frightened, because I was afraid that, hey, let me not come and lose my accounts because of this, that says make an appeal or delete the video. And it sounded strange to me.
So the appeal, with the appeal.
Why do I have to go through? I'm just asking for, as somebody who is a musician,
Yeah, I feel you.
looking for people to consume your music, because also another way of spreading your music is like free promotion. if you ask me. So why would I have to go through the stress? I don't know. For me, it's worrying if I was an artist that somebody is, I'm not making any money from using that song.
No, it's not. It's not about that. I think it's just it's new times now. It's new technology. Like everybody's trying to like protect their intellectual property. You get me? And especially when you're like, because now like the Afro scene is playing on the world stage. Like it's no longer a local genre in a way. Like so like there are a lot of like new like involvements and new like updates that are coming up, and like with that like even like some of my guys like have that problem sometimes, but I think that there has to be like something you didn't do or something. Like we just have to talk about that. Like
Okay,
later, and
okay.
I'll figure it out.
I mean, these things, it could be.
It's on my other phone. I'll show you what
VPN,
the
it could
message
be
says.
The network upload. It could be
like, it could
anything.
be-
that
But it
could-
stayed for over 2 months.
No, it's happened to me before as well. So
Okay.
usually, to avoid that, what I do is I buy your music. I just go on iTunes store and then I buy the music and
Before
I
you put it on Reels.
Yeah, then I own the music. Get it?
Like, what I
I
got, I was told the song would not play with
In
the
certain
video
countries.
in certain countries. There was Stone Boys.
when you bought
Therapy.
No, I didn't buy it. I just
I'm
picked
just
it off
saying.
the thing.
Yeah.
Blah blah, and then like
Basically,
a few
what-
hours later, I told me that in these countries,
It's not
Okay,
gonna-
so
who
Miss
watch
G, let me
will not
ask:
watch.
is your IG connected to any other like Facebook? Do you co-post on Facebook when you
No.
post on IG? Okay, all right. Sometimes all those things come at play.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it can be anything.
It can be
actually.
anything, yeah.
Like,
I wanted
it's a
to,
number of
it's
It's
things.
less than
I
$1. I'm
wanted
sure.
to find out from you, as a producer. I mean, we've seen Afrobeats come sticking with the world and everything, and it's believed that producers are prophets because they're able to see and tell where the sound is going to. Amapiano came in, did their thing. South Africans had to fight and take that thing back because, like, bro, you guys are doing too much with it. But as a producer, where do you see the future of Afrobeats, or where do you see the future of the African sound?
I think it's going to be a lot of collaborations in the near future, and not just with artists, but with like sounds. Like, I think Afrobeat or African sound is the new pop. I think Amapiano is the new EDM.
Feel you.
I think there's a lot more to like achieve, and I think as Africans, I mean, like we're going to go farther if we can come together, because I think that's the one thing that might be missing to like seal this deal for the rest of the world. But man, like the way African music is going, it's not just Nigerian music, like it's African music, like. It's crazy out there in the world. Like everybody wants a piece of what we have.
You were in the studio with Dr. Dre.
Oh yes.
Talk to us about.
You were?
I gave you a Nigerian name as well. His name is Mayowa.
Yeah, and
You gave me a Nigerian name.
I'm
What
happy.
does Mayowa mean?
Joy Bringer.
Joy Breaker. I mean, I had opportunity to see
You
some
kept this
exclusive.
information all tonight.
I mean, you know what I mean? I'm sure it's powered by Warner Music and some of them, because you also
No.
it wasn't powered by Warner Music.
DM. Was it a DM thing?
Tell us about
it.
it.
Thing, but like,
No, so talk to us about it.
oh man,
Aw.
there's a lot like I can't talk about it because there's like non-disclosure
Okay,
agreements.
that's fair. That's fair. But it's Dr. Dre,
but like
yo.
Dre, oh, man,
what was the experience like?
An idol you have
Man,
people you looked up to.
yeah, because I literally grew up on like Dre was one of those guys that I grew up on, producing. So I just been in the studio with him. We're working on music. We play the keys together. He was playing the keys and he asked me to come show him like how I can play.
No,
and
talk to us about how you got
I
there.
got there.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's
So thank you for him spilling that bit.
Yeah,
So
the keys.
so there is even the super producer in the US
Curious.
realizes that there is a sound.
oh yeah.
You finish.
So before you tell us about that sound,
Yeah.
talk to us about how you got into the studio of Dr. Dre.
I mean, it was a friend that introduced me to Jimmy. That's
Okay.
Jimmy Iovine.
Okay.
And then Jimmy linked me up with Dr. Dre, and it wasn't just even Dr. Dre, man, because that I had like a couple of sessions with Dre, and linked up with Diddy in the studio as well, with Snoop Dogg as well.
Come on.
Yeah, man, with Tank, we're just making music, and DJ Spino was in the studio as well with us, so we're all just vibing and making music, and I think that's like one of the highlights
of your
for me,
career.
yeah, so far, because it was such an amazing experience. I just pray that the world gets to hear what we worked on.
Wow.
Sooner or later.
You were praying the world gets to hear what you
Yeah, because
The world is praying that we hear it.
No, but how
God
do you
hear our prayer
manage not
first.
getting like all swamped? When you said Spinner was there, I was like, okay, like Niger, another Niger bro is there, so it feels. But
Everybody's
when you
there.
meet people like this, obviously you're starstruck.
no,
And-
for Dre, I had to take 5 minutes and go to the bathroom and just breathe.
Come on.
Yeah, I had to do that because it was a lot for me to take in at first, because it was at Dre's house. Dre's like one of my mentors, like, so it was like me meeting Mike, like mentor
Biggest
for
idol.
the first time, and it was just crazy. Like, I just saw him, sat down, we talked for a bit, and I just said, I need to go to the restroom for a bit. So I just went there to like just calm myself down. I just take in the moment, because
I mean, you saw him, you were starstruck, right? But then again, we come back to what Jay was talking about. There definitely should have been some kind of interest in your work, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
talk to us about the
Did you speak
conversations.
about the vibe, the songs?
The songs, and all that.
No, we didn't really have. He was really huge on Finesse. Well, he's still really huge on Finesse. Like, he likes Finesse a lot, and we talked about Finesse. Then just going to like playing in beats and like making beats, and started producing and just started playing instruments and just listening to music. His speakers are mad.
No.
Those are the craziest speakers I've ever seen. Crazy.
Charlie, I envy you.
But see, Jeffrey is shaking his head. But as a producer of African descent, growing up, the thing was we are more interested in listening to the West, and now you are here, and the West is interested in you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been in that space, but I just want to imagine what it feels like. What does it tell you about the work Africans are doing? Because, of course, there are a lot of people who are there. Recently, we're talking to Neptunes is Nigerian. So Neptunes, who is also
Ghanaian,
with
yeah.
Ghanaian,
Akon.
who is with Akon, doing works with all other stars. And and the Guilty Beats worked on Beyonce's projects. And I'm just looking at how the West is now coming towards us. Initially, we're not too proud of what we had. And we're always looking to fish from them. What does it do to your orientation at this point? What does it tell you about the African market? What do you see that, people who haven't had the experience are seeing?
I just see that, like, we have all it takes. We have literally all it takes. Like, literally, we have all it takes to rule the world. And it's just time. And we just have to keep going. And I still keep saying it. We need to come together.
Come together as in how?
Just more love, man, in this space, and not just in music, like more love between Africans as a whole. I think there's a lot more we can achieve together. But yeah, man, like this vibe, and it's not just the music, like I see the fashion as well, like taking over the world. Like I see the food as well taking over the world. Like, look at the number of people that came to Ghana this December to just party and just enjoy Ghana.
Were you
get me?
here?
Like, yeah. What?
Hey!
I'm sorry.
I was on the Afrochella stage, jumping up and down and singing. It was
Wow.
crazy. And
You
after
know-
that, we're partying. It was
I think you're a party person. It sells in your songs.
I have
jam.
my phases. I have phases where I like just party.
And then
I have phases where I
Folake
just
for the night.
vlog.
Okay.
Okay, so another thing I also want to talk to you about was
Which is about 6 minutes left.
yeah, the sinking of your sound. You were part of the selected few Africans to have their songs on EA Sports
Yeah.
FIFA 23. How did that happen?
Yo, like, I just got an email, man, like, cause one of my productions had made it in FIFA 22. That was Scatter by Fireboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got an email from EA Sports, like, this Finesse is, I think
It's jamming.
Cause I mean, like, I can see Finesse, like, it's funny when we're recording Buju's Benson's verse, we were playing FIFA. And I was telling Benson that this song could actually be mad if it gets on. Yeah, if it gets on FIFA, and then like it's crazy. So yeah, like got the email, and it wasn't just the song. I was asked to like design. I made like a design for one of the
the merch,
the jersey, one of the kits for the game.
Okay.
Built like a stadium as well, because I'm a visual artist and a designer.
So you're
as well.
cashing out on both ends.
I did try now. But yeah, so I made like the Pheelz kits and like the stadium and everything. And I pick like a team and all that, and then the Finesse song as well. So like that's also like one of the.
So for such things, do you guys make money? Is it like a one-time cash out, or it's like for the whole period the game is active?
No, it does. It depends on what you sign.
Okay.
You can do both ways.
Okay.
You can decide to like get like a split or like just take one off.
Okay.
It depends. It just depends on you, your lawyer, and your team, and what you agree.
I just want to see the look on your ex-girlfriend's face. Like, FIFA, bro.
Didn't believe it. I should come back.
I'm on FIFA, chick. Yeah, you were in your house. You left me, and guess what? Finesse. Like that song. If I were your ex, man, go pay me. Hey, go pay me off. But let's talk about your new project. Let's talk more about it. What's out? What's coming out? Or what's out?
Man, I just dropped a single a couple of days ago. I think 2 days ago now. It's called "Stand by You." It's a beautiful song. The EP drops on the 10th of February. 8 songs, classic back-to-back bangers. I'm shooting music videos. I shot the music video yesterday, actually.
Here in Ghana.
Yeah, here in Ghana.
Wow.
With
JM Meji Alabi, JM Films.
Okay.
Yeah, man, like bro, best songs, man. Like I'm just giving people.
Let's run through the list of songs on the EP real quick.
Okay, so there's a song called Ballin'. Ballin' dropped in December. Crazy. There's a song called Stand By You that just dropped 2 days ago. There's Feels Like Summer. There's Finesse. There's Electricity. There's a song called Emilayemi. There's a song called Ewele as well. And there's a song called Pablo Escobar.
Feels Pablo Escobar.
That's like a Super Eagle song.
It is. But yeah.
Wow. I mean, you're an amazing person, bro. All I see is that your life is just gonna keep getting better because where you are right now, and about that Dre, like, that
Jay,
is.
it makes me wonder if he's done a song with an artist, a big artist in the world that we are yet to.
Maybe you wait for the one I did with Usher.
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't say that here, Sha.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe he didn't say it here.
Maybe.
So that's
I read it
because I know
some
you were on a Global Citizen stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that when the link up happened?
No, it happened before that. Like we'd been in the studio a couple of times before that. We talked about the Global Citizen stage in the studio while we're making songs. Yeah.
So it wasn't just like a passing through thing. Like you guys really talked about it.
Yeah.
There you go. You see.
Yeah, like we're just in the studio, just vibing, and he said, "Oh, he was performing at the Global Citizen."
This was in the States.
Yeah, this was in America.
I see.
And he said,
I think it was
I'm
in
coming
Atlanta.
along with you.
I'm like, it'll be mad to like do that.
Pass
together,
through.
You know,
like,
I just
pass
admire the way you guys help yourselves.
Yeah.
Like
Network.
it's
beyond
a
collaboration,
Lebanese
it's like
culture.
joint.
Yeah,
It's
as
like a
well.
Jewish
Let's go together.
Let's move together. And all the names that you're mentioning, I mean, for a young man like yourself who's not married.
I'm single.
Hey, can I chip in one last question before we
chip
go?
in.
Yes.
So what I want to chip in is something I want the Ghanaians or we Ghanaians to learn from. What happens? You know, when you talk about the fact that he said you met somebody in LA, you said you flew to LA to meet somebody. I've forgotten who the name was, and you come on Global Citizen. Did you do? Was there any point where you had to foot your own bills? Say, I'm putting myself in there. You had to fly with your own tickets, do things by yourself, just because you know or you knew what opportunities that would bring you.
A lot of times. What? A lot. Like the Davido stage. Like I had to like just. I bought that ticket twice.
Wow.
Actually, now thinking about it, because when I what happened? Yeah, so I had gotten my visa, went to the airport from there, and my manager had gotten the ticket to London. But then when I got to the airport, they told me I had to present my manager's card as proof of payment, and my manager was in Canada. I couldn't do that. So like, was either go back home or buy this ticket again. And I just called my manager. I'm like, I'm buying this thing again. We're buying this ticket twice because I can't miss that stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get me? I didn't even have clothes. Like I didn't even cut my hair. You understand? On my at the airport while I already got the ticket and everything, I was messaging that they couldn't go because I knew it was in London already. So I'm like, bro, help me. Find clothes. I don't care. I know you have clothes. Don't worry. Find the one that is big enough to like take me. If it's jumpy, don't worry. It's fashion. It's going.
So were you paid for Global Citizen or you just jumped on?
For Global Citizen. Global Citizen was for Usher and for Ghanaians, man. Like it was.
So you just
giving
came to
back
show
the people.
love.
Just came to show love. Just came to show love.
Man, Look,
I think it's one thing we should
Pheelz, it's
learn,
been-
though,
yeah.
the aggressive nature of Nigerians. And I'm lucky that I was born in Lagos, you know. So
yeah?
yeah,
When
in
we the
First
guys-
Town, Lagos.
when we the
I'll
guys
tell you
were
why I knew.
aggressive on you
When I
to
saw
like
Ojo
you,
that you
you
grew up in
turned us
Ojo, I
all
said,
down.
this Ojo, this is
not far
it's
now.
not far. I used to go
You
to
said-
church in Omu or the thing. So
Wow,
you see, you know,
that's crazy.
and
Miss G,
please.
I said when we the guys were aggressive to like you didn't like us
No,
back.
that,
Don't say like
that
that.
aggressiveness didn't bring money. No, but like we should be aggressive as
get
they
you.
are,
Yeah,
get
business,
some money,
yeah.
do some things, knowing that there's some ripple effects,
Yeah.
and we'll make the money later.
So we are not wild.
Not to say that
That's
every
what
day,
she
not
just
every day,
saying
not to say
that
that the media is not promoting,
men
the
that
media
have
is not
been chasing
promoting.
her are not wild enough.
Promote yourself. We'll come back for you.
So, well, it's early start to a year. It's January. I mean, I know you're definitely on the EP, but what does the schedule look like for the rest of the year?
It's touring, man. I really want to meet as much, as many fans as I can all across the world. Cause one of my dreams is building like personal relationship with my fan base. I don't just want to be like way I'll be up there and just be looking at my fans down there. Nah, like I really want to be intimate with my fans and just meet every one of them and just share energy and share vibe and share music. Yeah. So like for the rest of the year, it's just gonna be traveling, touring, performing, and working on more music.
Pheelz, man, it's been great having you in the studio. It's been great having you in Ghana.
thank
We
you.
know you are out tonight. I'm sure the schedule is crazy, and we're looking forward to having you back again. Anytime you hit, this is home. Myself, Jay, Olele, Miss G, Serial, it's family as always, and our production team as well for pulling this interview up. Thank you so much for making it happen.
Thanks for having me.
For me, I think it's just Monday for the night.
Hey, we have to find you for lucky.
Don Papa J.
And on that note, we're back here same time tomorrow, back here on Culture Daily, and peace out.